is Dr. Michael Cantwell. I'm a holistic physician who deals with interesting and difficult cases to solve, including neurologic cases, so that would include perhaps a brain freeze in the situation, which is why I'm being interviewed at the present time.
Green, and I'm a family physician. I specialize in integrative medicine and in tick-borne and chronic infectious disease.
Can the brain freeze occur if the outside temperature is not warm?
So brain freeze is really your body's perception that there's a cold stimulus. It's a perceived difference in temperature, which your body, the nerves in the palate or in the back of the throat, perceive as cold, and their response to the cold is to signal vasoconstriction into the areas that they innervate. One of the areas they innervate are the blood vessels in the brain, especially around the circle of Willis and the anterior cerebral artery, which then are constricted. Once they constrict, then your blood flow is temporary.
Brain freeze has to do with how cold the object is or the food is that's hitting the top of your mouth or the top of your palate.
How long does it take for the typical brain freeze headache to dissipate?
Your body figures out that your brain is not going to be freezing fairly quickly, so it's a fairly short time for the headache. It's a reflex vasoconstriction, and your body adjusts to it very quickly, usually within seconds or a minute or so. And migraines, they may be more prone to brain freeze headache and may last for longer periods of time. Low serotonin may also have a longer brain freeze because serotonin is a vasomediator. Lack of that will mean that your blood vessels will be less unable to adjust to the
As we say, recorded in the literature, where people had a clear concept that looked like a brain freeze headache, and that stayed. It looks like the conjecture is those people may have an overlap with migraine. You're lucky enough to be a migraine person and trigger a brain freeze headache, you might then trigger a migraine. So it comes on quick and it goes away quick for the typical one.
Have scientists been able to determine what exactly causes the brain freeze?
Since your body's response to cold is to decrease blood flow to a cold area. Remember, we're mammals, and one of the reasons we lived is because we got through ice ages and increased blood flow in response to cold. So you're running up against an old evolutionary response. If cold is perceived on the back of the palate, especially a very quick one, usually if you have cold on the skin, it just decreases the blood flow to that area of the skin. In the brain and the facial area, some of the nerves where you actually will be stimulating control areas of blood flow that are not just in the local area or on the palate, so they'll be more central in the brain, either in the jugular or the anterior cerebral arteries. So a local stimulus in the mouth is actually perceived or can innervate the blood vessels in the brain. So it's a response to vasoconstriction, a response to the cold.
It's something really, really, really cold suddenly at the top of your palate. But the mechanism, what causes the pain, they aren't quite sure. They suspect it's contraction. Some people have written papers explaining it's dilation.
Is it accurate to say that the brain interprets the contraction of the arteries as pain, so that's why it hurts?
Actually, they aren't sure. Vessels may be doing different things. So in a migraine, what actually causes pain is not contraction, but dilation of the vessels, right? And it looks like there may be initially a dilation in the brain freeze, followed by a contraction, and that's when the headache goes away. So they aren't sure. One has described a brain freeze headache as pulsating, which would make you think it might be contraction. So I'll play devil's advocate now. You can get rid of it just by getting something warm into your mouth. I was thinking it's possible if you had a magnesium capsule and open that up. If it's constriction, that would work too. Just put magnesium under your tongue. Or a